Hello, my sweet virtual friends. Welcome back to learning. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. Happy Monday. I hope you don't have any Monday blues and that you are ready to learn. So let us go ahead and get started. So we are going to kind of review a little bit of what we talked about last week with our project and types of sentences. And then we're going to kind of just add a little bit of something to our project to make sure that it is absolutely wonderful. So last week we started our War of 1812 project. I told you guys that you will, be excuse me again, sorry, that you will be working on a reader's theater for the War of 1812. So just to kind of recap a little more on that, we are basically making a little script for the War of 1812 and how you would want to kind of present what's going on in the War of 1812. So you guys should have already chosen an event that you want to do for the War of 1812. You guys should have already started your web diagram of the event that you want to do for the War of 1812. You guys are doing amazing so far with getting those done for me. I am so happy that we are able to all do the same project together. I know it's a little bit differently online, but we're still all doing the same things. And I'm so happy about that because I do believe this will be a very fun little thing for us to do. So, like I said, we are making a script, and with making scripts, we need to make sure that our sentences are proper and they actually go with what we want to say or do inside the script. So we went over the different types of sentences last week. We talked about 4 different types of sentences, and they're kind of just the main types of sentences that I want you guys to focus on. And we're going to just kind of recap over them. We're going to do our hand signals that go with them, and then we will start talking about punctuation. So, my sweet friends, the types of sentences that we have the first one, which was a declarative sentence. Now, if you remember, a declarative sentence is when we declare something. So when I say, ow, you stepped on my foot, I am making a statement to you that you stepped on my foot, and I'm just saying something. Now, then we have an interrogative sentence. Now, an interrogative sentence is when you are asking a question. So we have, did you remember my lunch? Did you remember my lunch? You're asking somebody a question, and it can be any type of question. It doesn't have to be a question where you're interrogating someone very intensely. And then we have the third one, which is imperative sentence. Now, an imperative sentence is when you are giving a command or you're telling someone to do something. So when you are told to put your seatbelt on when you get in the car, that is an imperative sentence. And then lastly, we have an exclamatory sentence. Now, an exclamatory sentence is when you are expressing strong feelings of joy or anger. And we use that one as, oh, look, a flying saucer. Because you're excited. You saw a flying saucer, UFO. So we're excited. So we use an exclamatory sentence. Now, the hand signals that we have our declarative sentence, which is, ow, you stepped on my foot. Interrogative sentence, we have, did you remember to make my lunch? Did you remember to make my lunch? Imperative sentences, put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on. Then we have exclamatory, which is, oh, look, a flying saucer. So keep all of that in your sweet, sweet noggins, my friends, because we will continue to use it throughout the week. I just wanted to give you just a little recap and just have you hear it and see it one more time. Now I want to focus on punctuation. So my sweet friends, I have noticed that on our virtual assignments, we are lacking a little bit of punctuation. And since we are focusing on different types of sentences and creating sentences for a script for the Reader's Theater project, well, we need to make sure that our punctuation is matching. So we are going to go over our punctuation. I'm going to show you some different sentences. I am also going to walk through it with you, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so that you can see it as I am talking about it. And then after I go over the punctuation, we'll do another little recap, and then we will go over your spelling for this week as well. So let me share my screen. All right, here we go. Okay, so this sentence, you are stepping on my foot. You are stepping on my foot. Now, this is a declarative sentence because we are stating something. Now, typically on all declarative sentences, you have a period. Okay, we need to make sure that all of our sentences have punctuation at the end of them. I have seen many assignments that do not have punctuation. So we are going to make sure that we at least put some sort of punctuation at the end. But I want to show you correct punctuation so that we are using the correct punctuation for our projects, because I will be looking at the punctuation as a part of your grade. So, you are stepping on my foot is a declarative sentence. You are declaring you are stepping on my foot, which results with a period. Now, all declarative and imperative sentence, which imperative sentences are the commands, they always end in periods. So when you are making a statement in any sentence, you should always be using a period. And when you are using a command in any sentence, you should always be using a period. Okay, so our next one. Did you remember my lunch? Now, did you remember my lunch is our sentence for interrogative sentence, which is when we are asking a question. And when we are asking a question, we always have to have a question mark at the end of our sentence. Okay, this question mark, it's very important for us to put it there because we're not going to understand when we are reading something that you are asking a question. When you're asking a question, you also need to make sure that you are asking that question in an asking tone of voice. You can't just say, you remember my lunch? You have to say, did you remember my lunch? You have to sound off the actual question. And always remember the punctuation of the question mark. Now we have our exclamatory sentence, which is, look, a flying saucer. Which exclamatory, we are exclaiming something exciting. And when we say something exciting or very angrily, we always have to use an exclamation point. Okay, the exclamation point will allow your reader or for you to be able to see that there's excitement or there's anger in that sentence. It's not just a plain sentence. Now, if I put a period at the end of this sentence, it would just be a regular statement. There would be nothing exciting in it. It would not be, oh my gosh, a flying saucer. It would just be, look, a flying saucer. That's it. That's all you get. Look, a flying saucer. And if you actually saw a UFO, you would not be saying that just plain and simple. You would be saying that so excited and confused and just amazed. You would have an exclamation point worthy tone. Okay. So we have gone over the period, okay, and the question mark and the exclamation point. Those are kind of your main three punctuations that should always be at the end of your sentence. So let's keep those in mind as we are submitting our assignments and making sure that we are always using punctuation. We're going to continue our punctuation by going into commas. Now, I want to make sure that when we are using commas, you are using them when you need a pause between sentences. So, for instance, in this sentence, I need to get pencils, paper, and a notebook for social studies. Now, if you don't have this in there, it's going to say, I need to get pencil, paper, and a notebook for social studies. It does not flow and it doesn't make sense. So when you are writing it, you have to use a comma for when you have pauses or when you are continuing on your sentence. So we'll go more into that, but please keep commas in mind when you are listing off things in a sentence like pencils, paper, and a notebook. Next, we have colons. Now, the colons are to allow you to introduce or define something. So for instance, in this specific sentence, I have sports socks in the following colors: brown, black, and white. When you write out this type of sentence, you have to put the colon in there. And also notice that there are commas in this sentence because we are listing multiple colors. So make sure that when we are needing to introduce or define something in a sentence that you are using colons. Okay, oh, there we go. All right. Lastly, oh my goodness, it's getting over. There we go. Okay. Lastly, we have quotation marks. So we will focus more on this as we go into actually writing your script, because when you're writing your script, you are giving someone something to say. So when someone is saying something or you are quoting something they are saying, you have to use quotation marks. Now, these quotation marks are very important for identifying that someone said something or someone is talking. So in your scripts that you will eventually get to start writing, you have to make sure that you have these in there, or else it'll just be a sentence on your paper. It won't be someone saying something. So let me, oop, I was hiding. All right, so let us just kind of recap just a little bit. We have talked about just our project and where we are right now and where we have been with picking an event for the War of 1812, putting it into our web diagram, putting our types of sentences into our noggin and getting that ready for when we need to write our script. So today you guys are going to be focusing on remembering the types of sentences and working on your punctuation as you create the outline for your War of 1812 project. Now, you're going to be doing this in the social studies tile. You will be focusing on creating the outline. Now, the outline, you will use your web diagram that you created on Friday. Okay, you will be using your web diagram that you created on Friday to help you with making your outline. Now, this outline is going to help you with what you want to talk about in order for your script. Okay, so I am going to show you, before I go over your spelling, I'm going to show you my outline that I have for you guys so that you can see what I am talking about so that we can make sure that we are all on the same page. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing my screen again, if it'll let. All right, there we go. Okay, so this is just an outline that I have for the face-to-face kiddos. This is also what you will be doing. What I am expecting is I am expecting 8 sentences for your script. Okay, I am expecting 8 sentences for your script. So I have placed 8 different boxes where you will write what detail you have for me. So let's look back at our web diagram. So in your web diagram that you made on Friday, you have the event that you chose. It could be the Embargo Act, Uncle Sam, the Star Spangled Banner, anything like that. So let me just give the example of the Star Spangled Banner, okay? So the Star Spangled Banner would be your event here in the center. And then you would have the detail off to the side. So one of the details could possibly be who wrote the Star Spangled Banner. And then another detail could be what was happening during that time of him writing it. Or another detail would be where are they, okay? So let's keep those 3 in mind. So actually, let me write it out for you guys so that you guys can see the process, just in case we weren't 100% on our. Okay, let's kind of stretch it out. There we go. Okay, so our event would be the Star Spangled Banner. Okay, and then one detail would be who wrote Who wrote the song? Oh my goodness. Okay. And then another detail would be, where was it written? And then lastly, we could write what was happening with the war at this time. So that one's a little bit longer, but it's okay. So we will obviously, though, have 6 to 8 details that we can talk about, because that is what I have expected of you. Now that we have this right here, let's go look at our outline. So our outline is over the Star Spangled Banner. Whoops. I, of course, can't type as y'all are watching me. Okay. And then in this first one, you would write who wrote it. Who wrote the song? Well, let me write the song and not it. Okay. And then on your detail part, you would write the name, not literally write the name, but write the name of the composers, because composer is the official title of a musician who creates music. Okay. And so then on the second one, you would write where it was written. And then on the detail, you would write the name of the place. Okay. So this is going to help you with putting all of your things in order so that when you get ready to write your script will match what your outline is, and it'll be 1,000 times easier, and it'll be organized. This is why I tried to teach you guys a little bit about outlines the week before, because I want you guys to see that creating outlines is going to be tremendously helpful for you with doing any of this stuff. So after eventually, when we have gone through our outline after today, after you have created it today, on Friday, you guys are going to be creating the actual script, and the script will have your different types of sentences. We'll have another video where we talk about it and what I want to see for that, so do not worry, just worry about your outline today. You're going to be creating that in your social studies tile, so hopefully you guys came to this tile first. I will also leave a reminder just to make sure that you guys come to this one first. So now what I would like to do is go over your spelling, and then right before I end my video, we will recap of everything you need to make sure, because I do know that this video is just a little bit longer than usual, but that's okay. It'll be fine. So let us go over your spelling. So this week you have spelling 7. So I'm going to go ahead and read off your different spelling words to you so that you may hear it. So number 1 is earth. Earth. Number 2 is pier. Pier. Now this pier is not like a pier on a dock that is on the water. This pier is like your friends, your neighbors, your family, like just a peer that you know, a person that you know. Number 3 is twirl. Twirl. Number 4 is burnt. Burnt. Number 5 is smear. Smear. Number 6 is further. Further. Number 7 is appear. Appear. Number 8 is nerve. Nerve. Number 9 is pier. So here is the pier that is the type of standing structure that is off on a dock out on the water. So this pier is not the same as this pier. This pier is when you're referring to someone you know, and then this pier is referring to a structure on water that you can fish off of. So this is also pier. And then there's number 10, which is squirm. Squirm. Number 11 is alert. Alert. Number 12 is thirsty. Thirsty. Number 13 is reverse. Reverse. Number 14 is worship. Worship. And number 15 is career. career. And then your 2 bonus words this week are treaty, and westward. Westward is 1 word. Okay, my sweet friends. So I keep having to click that. So let me do a quick recap. So today you guys will be working on creating the outline before you create your script for the War of 1812 Reader's Theater project, okay? So today you are working on the outline. You may use, and please, please, please use your web diagram that you created on Friday to help you with this outline. It will help you tremendously. Please make sure that you keep it in order. So make sure that your events are in order. That's what I will be looking at as I'm grading them, is that they are in order from beginning to end of what happened with this specific event that you have chosen. We have talked about and reminded ourselves of the different types of sentences. I wanted to keep reminding you, even though we haven't gone over it for your scripts just yet, I still want to remind you so that it is in the back of your noggin. We also need to remember our punctuation. We will go over that again before you guys start writing your script. I just wanted to get it inside your noggin and get it in there for you guys. And we went over our spelling for this week. So if you guys have any questions, please email me. I will be here to help you. I know that this project, it's a little hard since I can't have you guys right here, but I'm going to do my best to be here for you guys and whatever you need and any questions that you have. So feel free to email me and I will be lickety-split to help as quickly as I can, but do give me time as I can't email you while I'm in the middle of class. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.